Today we are going to learn how to change the keypad on an ALX-LITE or ALX-ELITE. The tools you will need are a Phillips screw bit with a hand drill and a 5/16 socket with the attachment for your drill. First and foremost, because we are working with electrical and we will be messing around near the electrical components in the unit, we're going to first hit the E-stop, shut the power off to the unit, but we're going to go one step further and we are going to unplug the unit from the wall. This ensures that I have zero current running through my system. Next, we're going to loosen the 4 screws on the outside of the enclosure. And we are going to remove the lid to the left. We're going to gently, because there's going to be some cords attached, we are then going to work over here. And so you'll notice this ribbon here and where it is connecting here. There's going to be 2 clips on the outside, and all we're simply going to do is take our nails or our fingers and simply pull back on those, and we're going to remove the ribbon by gently pulling. While you let go of the ribbon, it should ease out of the way. Next, we're going to take our 5/16 socket in our drill, and there's going to be 16 hex nuts around the outside edge of the back. We're now going to remove those and do our best to remove them to the top because we do not want to lose any. So I'm simply loosening them up so I can finger loosen them off. So now I will begin removing them, and I will set them in a safe area where they cannot be lost or damaged. Once we have all the hex nuts removed and in a safe place, you will notice the little cell router connected to an antenna here. We are simply going to just disconnect that from the board and pull to the side. Next, this is a little bit of an unpredictable part here. You'll notice the studs going around the outside where we just removed those hex nuts. We simply need to lift the black backer up off of those studs. And so sometimes it takes a little wiggling and sometimes a little finagling. And so we'll do our best here to get it off for the video. Try to lift up on all 4 corners at the same time. As you can see, it took a little bit extra there. But once this comes off, we're able to slide it. The screen is now unprotected, we're going to slide and put it into the enclosure. Next, you will have access to the keypad, and all we are simply going to do is lift that keypad off. And so next steps would be to set your keypad off to the side for replacement. Make sure we've collected any of the hex nuts from the enclosure that may have fallen during replacing these. We're going to take and put our keypad to the side for replacements and to send back for RMA purposes. I'm then going to grab my new keypad here. We're going to make sure that our prongs, our studs are back in place. Make sure our screen protector is placed and everything is kind of there. The gasket's there as well. And we're going to simply put our keypad back in line with that, making sure it's down and snug. And then we're going to take and replace our black backer with the screen. We're going to do our best to line this up. You may have to hold from the front to secure pressure and slide down. Once that is in place, then we can start to put back on our hex nuts. I'll get them started. And once I get all of them started, I will then take my drill with my 5/16 bit and tighten them down. So then we're going to take our 5/16 bit and we're going to tighten down each one. Next, we're going to make sure we then replace our cell router back into the USB module there. And next is going to be the important part here. We're going to replace the ribbon back in there. And so as you can see, there's a little change in color there from the green to the orangish brown here. We're going to make sure we slide that orangish brown in nice and gently all the way up until there's a slight sliver left. And it should stay in place once you have it locked in. We have to make sure this is straight and parallel and not crooked or hanging out in different areas. And all we're simply going to do is push the two clips back in to lock it in place. Once locked in place, we're going to do a little small tug to make sure it's there. Now we're going to flip this back over and put the cover back on. Once the cover is in place, we're then going to take our Phillips. We don't want to over tighten it by any means because we don't want to break the seal or crack anything. But then we are going to replace and tighten down the screws. Following that, you can plug your unit back in to ensure power and pull the E-stop. And that is how you replace an ALX-ELITE or LITE keypad.